Ladies, gentlemen, and young ladies, good evening, everyone. You are welcome to this news geopolitical conference dedicated to world news. In the news of international news is a new front, a very large front that Washington has just opened in Latin America. Yes, a new front for the moment, which seems to be discreet, but this front will oppose the Russia in Washington, China in Washington. It's on the Venezuelan side. We recently talked about Venezuela that many still do not manage to understand the issue. Venezuela remains a major source of anger, has the impression that if we don't do no attention after having succeeded in plunder all the riches of Ukraine, Venezuela risks being the new Ukraine or the new territory of confrontation. Donald Trump gave an order in the last 24 hours, and this order really will create discord, the disorganization internally in Venezuela, and this will push Russia to take action really high level. What's going on? Donald Trump has decided to deploy an elite unit in Venezuela for start activities really that you can't imagine. And these activities aim both directly Russian and Chinese cells that operate in the country. So within the framework of this conference geopolitics, it is of course this news that we're going to talk. That's it. But before continue, agree to share the conference at most. It is necessary share in all groups possible. Put a lot of likes and always remember to click on the subscribe button. So here's what happens. It's a shock announcement. Donald Trump announces the deployment of special forces to Venezuela. So the special forces, American troops are deployed in Venezuela. Is it finally? It is still the fight against drug trafficking for a country that is sovereign. The answer is no. Donald Trump aims something else. So that's a direct statement. US President Donald Trump has confirmed the dispatch of elite units. 160 Special Operation Aviation Regiment. We say 16 Special Operation Aviation Regiment, which are nicknamed the Night Stalkers. Night Stalker. So these are troops that operate exclusively at night. So these troops are specialized in night operations and targeted strikes. This is their specialty, and this is these troops that Donald Trump deployed in Venezuela, right? And so what is the objective that is displayed? It is the fight against trafficking weapons and the presence of cells hostiles who are close to Iran and close to Russia in Venezuela. So Donald Trump is engaging in a fight against cells close to or mandated by Iran and the Russia. The real strategic reality is that Washington wants to regain control of the Venezuela. Washington saw that China had installed. China has invested more than how much $1 million? How many $1 billion? Russia also has initiated military cooperation with Venezuela. They signed an agreement. Absolutely, we saw it just recently. So all this makes it clear to Washington that America is in the process to lose control on the Venezuelan side. And even if Donald Trump wants to prevail over the title of the Nobel Peace Prize winner, Donald Trump, he cannot accept in any case that America is losing its backyard, since Venezuela represents in sort of his backyard. And for who knows the immense natural wealth Venezuela's oil related, we also understand, the person can understand America's very appetite. You understand that America has an appetite for its natural resources. And it is of course because of these natural resources that America wants at all costs have the same bet on Venezuela. Unfortunately, contracts are already signed with China, which begins to eat oil very well. Russia also came in the contracts too. Russia will get what it wants, seems, and so that's what America does not want. So it must be said that this presence, there is the Russian presence through military cooperation, which is active. We have Russian technicians, which are on the basis of Maracay and on the basics of Punto Fidio, and who provides logistical support to the army of Venezuelan air. Since the signing of the agreement, the Russians are already here. The Russians give their agreement, their support. So with Iran already, it's been since 2023, Iran sends spare parts Iranian drone parts, with a joint production of weapons to Caracas. So in the capital Venezuela and even Iran, in the framework of a cooperation, already produces drones in the capital. And so the links are close. And these are the links that America wants break completely and definitively, because these links with Russia, with the China, with Iran's influence hampered American on Venezuela. So Washington is worried. The base of the Ocula already serves as relay to Russian forces for the joint exercises. Russia is already really in the foot in the dance. So Donald Trump acts. He acts before things are tipping over. He is trying to act preventively, since he wants break the Moscow axis to cracks before, that it does not become a regional bloc autonomous. He doesn't want these people finalize everything and constitute a real regional bloc against Washington. So the deployment of this unit elite is to disorganize everything. But will he succeed? Is it that he will succeed? The Nets stalker this unit of L's, but it is a warning. This elite unit, its deployment, he prepares the disorganization of the military networks prosecuted Venezuela. This is what they want to do. So Washington, as we said it, wants to destabilize the interior. Targeted operation on infrastructure, strategic communications, and Venezuelan special units must be disorganized and destabilized. So this is another signal to the Russia. Well, we don't understand. America seeking peace with Russia on the side of Ukraine, but which at the same time provokes Russia on the side of provoke Russia on the side of the Venezuela. So this is a strong signal to Russia, which means America wants to tell Russia, we can hit your allies even outside Europe. So this is also another signal to the China, as if to tell China that your energetic influence in America Latin will no longer be unanswered. So this is what is happening. But what is the reaction of the Venezuela? China's reaction, the Russia's reaction. We will talk about this in a future conference dedicated to world news. I will come back later. It was the voice from your humble servant, the Samouraï.